Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's recap of Utopia.
Utopia.
It's really hot there.
Did we happen to mention it's really effing hot?
It's 100 degrees plus. There's a heat wave in California.
How many times did the kooky announcer say, guys, the heat, it's really affecting these guys?
Well, I think it really was. So let's talk about it.
All right.
Red is like, it's time to go hunting because food is running low and he thinks that they can be self-sustaining if they start hunting.
Well, you know who else thinks they can be self-sustaining? Taylor and Hex.
What does that mean?
Means they're hooking up, baby. Chicka.
Alright, well, they're allowed to leave Utopia to go hunting.
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
All right. So let's talk about government.
Now that they pretty much are comfortable-ish, you know, they're living, they decide it's time to think about what kind of government we're going to have because what we have right now isn't really working.
Well, Rob wants to be a little middleman.
Yeah, he was like, all right, this is what I want to happen. Whoever has an idea, come to me. I'll present it to the group.
Why?
He wants to be the speaker.
All right, well, Bella wants a whole girls versus boys thing going on.
It was weird. She's like, for a while, like, the boys will be in charge, and then for a few days, the girls will be in charge.
If the girls aren't on their periods, they can be in charge for a while, and then
oh, man.
if the guys, you know, don't wear their clothes, then everything will be great.
Okay. Well, it got really weird when Bree offered up her suggestion. She was like, let's have a dictator. But then she went into how she wanted someone like Hitler, and
let's see how long it takes before they're overthrown and killed.
It was really weird.
Very weird. Well, Dedeker says, let's do something crazy.
Whoa! No.
I think she's already doing something a little crazy.
Yeah.
But she decides to have a little drawing.
Yeah. She's arguing that this is their chance to really change things up and do things differently than you would in the real world.
Right.
So why not try out something unusual and see what happens?
So Hex gets chosen, and her idea is anarchy in the Utopia.
Yeah, well, she reminds everyone when she says anarchy, she doesn't mean like everyone punching each other or anything. Like, you
Might
have
as
to.
well be.
You're supposed to treat everyone how you would want to be treated. Blah blah blah.
What if
blah,
you
blah.
want to be punched?
Well, go ahead, start.
Do
punching.
unto others and then take off.
All right, so Red was successful in his hunting trip.
He returns with a deer.
No.
And Bella's pretty upset because she wants everyone to be vegetarian.
I'm sure a couple of them were upset because I think there are a few veggies in the group.
Well, she is running around looking for the deer because she wants to make sure that it's dead.
And Amanda is just like, its guts are out. I think
hollow.
it's dead.
It's dead, yeah. And she still had to, like, see it
So
with
she
her
walks
own eyes.
over, she sees it, she's like, oh, okay. I just want to make sure it's not, you know, in pain.
All right, well, you know who's in pain right now? Hex.
Why do you keep doing that?
I don't
Hex
know.
and Taylor, they're having their little canoodling, but he forgot her name.
Did he call her Hillary?
I thought he called her Helen.
Oh my God.
That's awkward.
At least he had the initials right. All right, so forget about that. It's hillbilly wine making time. Who's got the raisins? Who's got the sugar? We know who's got the condoms.
Chris.
All right, so they put together this 5-gallon jug of water and raisins and sugar, and they stick a condom over the top of it.
I'm glad they've got their priorities straight.
How does that make wine?
I don't know.
It sounds gross. All right, so we find out that poor Taylor, from the neck up, there's nothing going on here
Yeah,
on
we
the
got
inside.
to see a lot of Taylor and Hex tonight, and they were talking about different ideas for a government for Utopia, and he was just like, I don't know anything about this stuff. And she was like,
I don't know
offering
what
up,
democracy is.
yeah, she was like offering up different types of governments, and he was like, I don't know what that means.
I
What does
only
that
read a
mean?
newspaper like once a year.
Yeah, so then they were like, okay, let's go to bed, and he was like, are we gonna cuddle now? And she was like,
Stupidity's really unattractive.
yeah.
All right, so Josh He wants to be attractive. He initiates Short Sunday.
Oh, boy.
He's walking around with his junk outlined, and we can't even see it because it's all blocked out.
For the most part, people are like, ugh, but Bella's all,
I'm all over that, Josh. I'll watch your junk for you. Hey, Rob, join in.
oh.
He gets out the tiniest pair of shorts.
He sticks his hand down his butt.
All right, well, Bree and Chris.
Ooh, trouble in paradise.
Wow, they're having a disagreement.
Over spilt breakfast.
Spilled peanut butter. She dumped her stuff on the floor in the barn and's like,
I don't have time for this right now.
I'm out of here. So he was pissed because he felt compelled to clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a freaking knockdown, drag out public fight.
Yes, they do.
Woo! That was heated. And everybody's just like, oh, really?
Did we happen to mention it's a heat wave?
Tempers are flaring.
Yes.
All
Okay, so let's get back to Hex.
She wants to show the world, you don't need a government to do stuff. We don't need no education. We don't need no rules.
Oh, well, some of the Utopians are taking that in stride.
All right, well, Erin and Kristen are ordering extra food without getting approval for it because
They're ordering stuff like Sour Patch Kids
Yes.
and pizza.
junk food.
Yeah.
So Taylor and Hex have a little argument on the side. They're too busy to get involved with the money disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about, well, is a guy with a 2-inch wiener a deal breaker for you? Or
Hex said no, by the way.
if she really, really was into him, it would not be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
She's into other stuff, like reading the newspaper.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, well, Chris and Bree are still fighting. Newsflash.
They're like, we're done. So they're avoiding each other. They're talking to everyone else about it. It's really awkward for everyone.
It's horrible. I hate when that happens. Never date at work.
All right, well, they're continuing with their business ventures. They're starting another business opportunity.
It's Erin's boot camp.
And, oh, one person showed up again.
Is it the same guy who showed up for
I don't
yoga?
think so.
Oh,
Looks like a different guy.
another cuckoo guy.
Yeah.
All right, so Rob says, we really need to capitalize on this. We need to sell some water. We can't just be giving him water from the spigot.
Bella said, no, that's dangerous. What?
So they get into this non-existent discussion because Hex totally shuts her down. She's like, talk to the hand, Bella.
You know, Bella is all for getting a water filter, and that's been a big issue that's about to bubble over. So they're like, we don't want to hear it anymore. We're done.
Well, Bella's pissed because she's tired of being swept under the rug. She feels like nobody's listening to her because they're not. So they have a little shouting match, and Hex
She's
is like,
got a short temper.
she's a hothead. It is hot. They just want to go swimming. They don't want
hot.
to deal with this right now. Maybe.
Yeah, Hex was like, can we just go swimming now?
Well, you go swimming. It's fine. Whatever.
All right. So a little later, Hex goes over to Bella and apologizes.
They resolve it.
For the time being,
Exactly.
resolved.
All right. So Aaron is ordering food like he's supplying a freaking banquet.
Well, this is after they ordered the food because it is time for Chris's pre-birthday party.
Right. He ordered booze, and they have a big booze up.
We got the
and
pizza.
Amanda's like, hey, where's all the money? And Aaron's like, anarchy! Anarchy!
Right. So it's all fun and games, and then the next day, when the booze is all gone, Mike is like, whoa, I'm looking at the ledger here. Where's all the money?
$500 on food.
He's pissed.
Yeah. And, well, let's put the brakes on that for just a second.
All right.
Chris and Bree have a little chat. There's so much food, but you know what? She's really tired of avoiding him. It's really stressing her out, and she really hasn't been eating much.
But didn't you eat any of the pizza?
Well, yes. How about some birthday sex? Says Chris.
No, she said that.
Oh.
He was like, yeah, okay.
Is he gonna say no? Duh.
All right. Well, Bella is all over Taylor now.
It's disgusting.
Taylor was helping her out, I guess, in the garden, and she was like, let me fix that.
Oh my God, your parents must be really creeped out. We're all...
I'm harmless. We flirt, but it's like, I'm harmless.
Oh my God, you're so hot, aren't you? All right. Creepy.
It was bad. All right, so then a little bit of a controversial issue comes up.
Kristen goes blabbing to Aaron and Amanda that Josh is racist.
Well, he's at least been saying some racist remarks, and it's not cool.
They're pretty upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get to the bottom of it. But, wait, there's a sick chicken.
So Bree calls the vet for an emergency visit, and they're like, when we come out for these emergency visits, it's usually at least $125.
Woo! For a $10 chicken?
That's a lot.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so...
I guess they helped the chicken.
They were basically like, just keep it away from the other chickens.
Yeah.
It's hot. Keep it in the shade.
Did we happen to mention it's hot?
It's pretty hot. The chickens are sick.
Okay.
All right, so Mike is coming to the realization of, I just don't want to be another notch on Dedeker's belt.
Yeah, she's already got 2 boyfriends and a girlfriend. And I guess maybe initially he was like, maybe she'll leave them for me.
What the hell is he
No.
thinking? That's her stick.
Well, he's like, no.
All right, well...
Things are heating up for Hex and Taylor in
Did
the
we happen
pond.
to mention it's hot? And they are making
They've
out.
got like this Spider-Man kiss thing going on in the pond.
It looked a little awkward.
It did.
All right, well, Josh has heard that Kristen's talking smack about him. And he goes and confronts Aaron. And Kristen. Well, Kristen first.
Who's Aaron?
Aaron.
Aaron?
Aaron. So first he talks to Kristen, and then she's like, yeah, you said all those things, kind of.
Yeah, so then he goes to talk to Aaron about it, and Aaron's like, what the hell was going on with our Roman burlesque show? When
the Rome time. You made me pull the chick shaw.
And...
With no shirt.
Josh was like, oh, what are you talking about? I thought we were just having a good time. It was Rome time. It's all good. Why are you making this about race?
Well, Mike's just trying to deaden the pain.
He's writing a letter to home.
Dear Mom and Dad.
All these people suck.
Send more cookies. Love you.
Well, who knows what he was really writing, but that was Red's interpretation of
I
it.
thought that was a pretty good interpretation.
That's a good letter, Red.
All right. So everybody's upset about the money flying out the compound, and
Dedeker's like, we need to come up with a food budget. This is insane.
they're going back to the eat 2 times a day and just have snacks rest of the time.
Right.
So while they're doing that, Josh is apologizing to Aaron and Amanda.
Does anyone else feel like the editing on this show is all over the place?
It's crazy. They really got to spend story time on each thing.
Yeah.
And stop jumping around because it's getting a little out of hand.
Yeah.
All right, so it's Chris's birthday show.
Oh boy. What is with these people in the burlesque shows? My
They
gosh.
love it so much. So this was a girl as boy burlesque show.
Mm-hmm.
And they put on a pretty raunchy show.
They did.
And he got a letter from Mom.
Which was like, oh, I guess you don't have many choices for romance. And Bree was just like, what does that mean?
It might as well have just said, I hope you're not dating that little skank.
Oh.
All right, so don't worry, he's not. He's just using her for sex. And she's just using him.
All right, well, Hex gets a little crazy with the booze.
You know you have a problem with booze, Hex. Really? Effing 4 shots in a row? Really?
Yeah, so she gets in a fight with Taylor, and he's just like, get out of here, get drunk, go
home. So, meanwhile, Bree and Chris are back. They hug it out.
I can't believe we almost broke up over peanut butter.
Well, we'll see. And Taylor and Hex, after she sobers up a little bit, they hug it out as well.
He's like, I know you're a sweet girl. We had a bad night.
What do you mean? I was drunk. I was cursing at a girl.
Yeah.
All right,
It's crazy. It's crazy.
But it's even gonna get crazier next time,
Oh,
if you can believe that.
Taylor opens up to Hex a little bit more about his male escort past.
He was a male prostitute.
He said escort.
You know what that means.
All right.
Especially after they did it, and he was all like, a lot of ladies
Who
will
said
pay
they
a lot.
did it?
I thought they did it.
They were lying in a hammock. Well, we'll see.
All right.
Bree and Chris, more trouble in paradise because he could have sworn that he caught her staring at him while he was asleep. And he said he's creeped out by that. I don't blame him.
I'd be creeped out anytime.
Was that your foot?
Yes, it was.
And then Bella goes behind everyone's backs and buys a freaking water filter
Hey,
without
why
telling
not?
them.
They're buying Sour Patch Kids by the hundreds.
I think the water filter's a little more expensive.
It was $150.
All right.
All right, kids. I'm actually loving this show.
I'm loving it. I just wish they would work on the editing a little bit to make it a little less frantic.
I'm sure it'll all settle in, but you know what? I love it, but then I wake up and I find myself staring at myself and I hate myself.
Okay.
All right, kids. Till next time.
Much love.
Edit.